Chapter 13. Above me, the wind roared. The trees creaked and rattled in its wake. I heard a crack, the crack of a tree branch. It snapped and crashed to the ground over the grave. The sound jolted me, woke me, shocked me to life. No! I will not give in, I cried. I don't want to be buried down here. With a burst of strength, I forced myself up through the dirt, and out. Yes! I could feel the wind again, so fresh and cold. I floated over the graves, tossed back, then forward by the gusting winds on the hilltop. I had no power of my own, I realized. No power at all. Without a body, I was helpless. I could only go where the wind carried me. I want my body back, I cried as I tossed on the plunging, swirling currents. Did that ghoul really plan to take over my life? Did he plan to be Spencer Casimir forever? No, I decided. He's a ghoul. He wanted to use my body to escape the grave. And now that he has it, what does he plan to do? My parents, my brothers and sister, are they in danger? You're not going to find the answers until you get out of here, I told myself. But how? How? Whoa! A gust of wind swept me lower. I saw a flicker of light over a gravestone, then another, and another. Small flashes of bright light flickering over all of the gravestones now, and then dark shapes began to form in the mist, figures rising up all around me, rising from the graves. People? No, not people. Shadows of people, their features pale, almost transparent, shadows hovering over the graves, staring blankly, lifelessly straight ahead. Tossed by the wind, I watched in helpless terror as the figures floated up. I recognized old people and young, with withered skin and sunken eyes, arms missing, some of them toothless, some with hardly any flesh at all. A young woman drifted over her grave, patches of blonde hair stuck to her skull. She wore a pale pink dress, stained with mud, half eaten away, crawling with white worms. A man rose up from his grave. His dark hair was slicked down and combed neatly over a skeletal face with no skin and no eyes. A bug poked his head from one empty eye socket. The man grinned up at me, a hideous, broken jaw grin. The shadow of an old woman rose up from her grave, and I gasped. Shiny gray slugs, hundreds of them, clung to the bald spot on the back of a yellowed skull. She turned slowly and stared up at me with the one eye remaining in her fleshless face. A man in a rotted black suit drifted up from his grave. He raised his lifeless face and opened his mouth as if tasting the wind. And then he stared up at me. You're one of us now, he whispered. He flicked out his tongue, black with decay, and licked his cracked, rutted lips. You're a ghoul, he whispered. You're a graveyard ghoul. You're a graveyard ghoul, the old woman repeated, scratching the back of her head. Welcome, the young man rasped. Welcome to the world of the undead. The legend. It's true, I gasped. The ghouls do climb out of their graves at night. They do fall over the tombstones. Yes, the legend is true, the old woman rasped. At night we pace the graveyard. We cannot sleep. Join us, Spencer. Float over the tombstones with us. You're one of us now. You're a graveyard ghoul, the man exclaimed. I don't want to be a ghoul, I cried. I don't want to fall over the gravestones. I want my body back. You can't have it back, the man whispered. It's gone, the old woman croaked. Gone, gone, all the ghouls chanted as they rose up from their graves. Your body is gone, Spencer. You're one of us now.